Welcome back, everyone. This is Jesse Circuit here for my next episode of the series on all my bases on Autcraft. And well, we've talked about quite a few bases already and quite a few farms, but I haven't actually gotten to the farms that I built in the current world after the world reset yet, and we have quite a few left to cover. And well, the first of these farms is actually an Enderman farm because at the time Autcraft did have a community Enderman farm, but I think it was either it was a bit slow or we just kind of wanted to have, or me and modkiller and Nin wanted our personal Enderman farm, so we went and built our own, which I could show you right now. This was a bit of this was one of the smaller of my projects. This farm would have taken roughly, probably only maybe 3 days to get it into a working state. And when we first completed it, it would not have quite looked like this. I believe Ninjago actually made a lot of changes to it to make it look like what it does right now. And if I remember correctly, I think this would have been in either when we were in the 4th base, or I think this would have been early no, I think this would have been early on in the 5th base, that was on the last video. And I remember when Ninjago had made these changes, modkiller didn't like them too much, well, just because he was the one who built the farm, and also this is when they weren't getting along too well. And me personally, I really like how this farm turned out. I think he did a great job, but I don't know what modkiller was like at that time, but I mean, modkiller around this time too did go through a kind of a phase of his where he got into a lot of stuff online that was, let's say, a lot of it would have been like Autcraft inappropriate and just so much like vulgar stuff online, and this really tested my willingness to keep my relationship with modkiller going. But I kind of at first I just was like, well, he's just a teenager. I bet he's gonna grow up and he'll grow out of that. And by now, for the most part, he has. But it's like now it's just he's in this personality where he just kind of like he really wants to get back into projects with me, but he just goes about it in a way where it just sounds like he's begs me to no end. But anyway, I'm thinking this would have been well, the Endermites were added in 1.8, and I don't even. I'm guessing probably would have been 1.9 or 1.10 when these newer Enderman farms really came into use, where basically you just have an Endermite that lures all the Endermen to get into the area because they're angry at the Endermite. And this was a really big game changer for Enderman farms because previously Enderman farms used to be where you just have a bunch. A few different designs were used, but the most commonly the in use was this design that would involve pistons pushing them off the spawning layers or the spawning pads, and this was a really kind of big upgrade in the fact that you no longer needed, like, you could even make an Enderman farm without redstone at all. I believe Nin also had made a change to this where, like, originally the killing area would have been as big as this drop chute, but I think Nin actually did a modification where there'd be pistons that would move the Enderman into the smaller area. It's like only 3 wide. And this particular farm kind of, we don't really use it that much anymore because at the current base, and Nin actually had built an Enderman farm, and he mostly uses that one today. And for a little while, this would have been where if I needed experience, I'd go here and I'd kill Enderman, and then I would enchant here to get levels. And then we'd have hoppers, so I'd collect all the ender pearls. And storage would have originally been in here. And there originally, I think, would have been like there'd be a dispenser here for the overflow system. And I think originally I would have just dropped the ender pearls into the void. But of course, I think at one point Nin just decided to add on more of the storage by doing this. And I think Nin might have at one point used this farm for head collecting as well. I think that probably would explain that. And this was kind of an addition. I originally was kind of inspired by Etho's lab, but by his Let's Play where he built a note block randomizer in his Let's Play world that would like play music just kind of made of random notes. And I decided to build one of these here just for something fun to do, because again, it's like, especially like in this period of my history on Autcraft, I always would look for fun redstone projects to do, and this was kind of one of those smaller ones I did. And originally I would have had it wired up to a pressure plate that would have been like in front of this area, so it's like it would play music while you're AFKing killing Enderman. But if I remember correctly, I think when Ninjago had been renovating this farm, I think he might have removed that, or I think it might have been removed because of the rule with redstone clocks, possibly, but But actually, that particular randomizer design I use doesn't seem to work any longer. But I think if I were to go back to the one that used the hopper and the dropper, then that should fix it. This has been the whole farm basically, and this is kind of a smaller build, so this isn't going to be that long of a video, and uh, and this is a really great farm for me for quite a while, and this would have eventually been replaced by an Enderman farm that Ninjago had built in I think it was base number 6 that I'm gonna eventually cover, but I do have a few other farms I want to talk about because they would have been projects that were going on and along when the 5th base was in use. But anyway, hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Remember to rate, comment, like, and subscribe. And this has been Dusty Circuit, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.